Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Sorry, what's this box? It's popping up towards me. Hang on, so sorry, guys. Remove that. Save changes. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Welcome on in, welcome on in. Happy Tuesday. I better get to the top of my chat here. Who do I got? Beach Babe, hello. Gina P, cheers. Always good to see you, honey. Welcome. William Tardy, hello. Good to see you. Formerly Jimmy Bobby, hello. Witchy, always good to see you. Look at everybody who's green. Insane. P Fox, good morning. What up, gangsta? P Fox. Joe, hello. Did someone say nerd? Checking in, ma'am. Yes, I did. I hope everybody wants to nerd out with me because I've been nerding out since like 4 a.m. when my cat got me up and I saw I had emails from Idaho State Police at like 1 o'clock in the morning about my FOIAs. I was like, well, no shit. So I did some nerding out and I figured maybe I'll want to hang out and do some nerding with me. Stuart Jones, hello. Welcome on in. Who else am I missing? Hope, hello. Good to see you. Simply Solo, what up? They Live, hello. Red Riding Hood, hi. You know, I gotta say hi to everybody, at least Ro. Hi, Ro. Who else am I missing? If I'm missing anybody, Michelle F., hello. Trying to go through my chat. Nothing half-assed, good to see you. Gracefully Salty. Greetings from Norway. Oh, well, hello from Norway. Good to see you. Stacy Martell. Anna D. Hello, look at you, Anna D. So on my end, it says that your comment came in at 11:11 a.m. Interesting. Lori Woody, you as well. Good morning, 11:11. Swampside Chick, 11:11. Mittens for Kittens, 11:11. Amethyst, 11:11. SRB, 11:11. Dana Lynn, 11:11. Too fast for fleas. You're so pretty. You're also 11:11. Angel Tiger X, Jazz King, what up, King? All of you. William Tardy, 11:11. Gen 7. Look at all these 11:11s. Love it. Hi, Gen 7. Wait, I just saw Gen 7. Where did it go? There you are. Hello, Gen 7. Gangsta. What up, gangsta? Gen's OG, for those of you who don't know it. Beckles. Christine, hello. You guys are awesome. Welcome in, everybody. Bat Cheek, Christy, hello. Donna Salamander, hello. I hope my audio is holding up. Oh my goodness, Swamp Rose. Kiki. Hi, Kiki. I'm always so happy when I see Kiki. I don't know about anybody else, but she's hard to come by these days. So when you see Kiki in the chat, give her all those Michael Myers hearts emojis. All you members that can use those Michael Myers emojis, use them. For Miss Swamp. Jazz King, thank you so much. You're just kicking it off bright and early, aren't you, King? You did make it. You made it for the whole thing. I hope you guys are ready to nerd out. I'm ready to nerd out. Stone, sup? Thank you, Jazz King, for your super sticker. You're awesome. Swampside Chick, did I get you? Mysterious Minds Mama Bear. Hey, Mama Bear. Good to see you, as always. If I'm missing anybody, I'm so very sorry. I'm trying to get through chat. Docket Decoder, sir. Good morning to you. Always good to see you and have you here. One of my favorites. If you are not subbed up to Docket Decoder, you should be. Just saying. All right, so hopefully everybody's ready to nerd out. I'm going to give you the gist, okay? We got the pleasantries out of the way. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Docket Decoder, Jazz King, thank you. You guys are kicking it off bright and early on a Tuesday morning. So here's the rundown. The cat has been meowing at me since approximately 4 a.m. There was an animal outside. I don't know what her problem is Mama Five, hello. But she was upstairs, downstairs, window, 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 meowing, meowing. Right. I was like, oh my God, what is happening? I go outside, I look, I see nothing. I don't see baby animals. I don't see anything maybe that could be freaking her out. So I've been up since 4 a.m. I said, well, I'm awake. I'll make a coffee. Sat down in front of the computer, checked my email. I said, son of a bitch, I have 2 emails from Idaho State Police from literally like 12:30 this morning and 1 o'clock this morning almost, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is ISP doing emailing me? But then I'm like, okay, well, I think their time, they're a couple hours behind or whatever. So I'm like, even still, like, holy shit, I'm getting emails from them like 10 o'clock their time, I think. Something like that. So somebody's clocking in them new hours. Mysterious Mama Bear, look at you becoming a new member. You look beautiful in green. Just want you to know that. You all look so pretty in green. So, obviously, not gonna announce myself. I did share a couple of screenshots on my community tab. Read these emails to you guys quickly, and then we have a couple videos to look at. I'm not going to screen because I'm not doxing myself and reading you my emails, but I did share a couple of screenshots, but we'll get into the gist of this. All right, so first one that I received here is at, what time does this say? 12:01 a.m. My bad. 12:01 a.m. my time, East Coast. So I think they are 2-3 hours. I don't know if this is Boise, Meridian. I have no fucking idea who's even emailing me. Okay, which Idaho State Police office is emailing me back? Maybe it says it here somewhere. No, it just says Records Department, Idaho State Police. So here we go. Let's see. 12:01 a.m. Dear Ms. Redacted, that would be me. The Idaho State Police received a public records request from you on July 28th, 2025. Your request mentioned, quote, I am looking for the full incident report along with officer investigator notes for the report, right? That wasn't just what I put in there, but okay. Most of the records you are requesting, including investigative reports and numerous photos, are now available to the public, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we know. Regarding investigator notes, the Idaho State Police does not have any responsive documents. I was like, interesting. So regarding, quote, investigator notes, right? Investigator notes. Tolson, he's your lead crime scene investigator, along with his team. Gilbertson, your lead crime scene investigators. They're saying regarding investigator notes, the Idaho State Police does not have any responsive documents. I was like, okay, that's interesting. So apparently Idaho State Police doesn't have like lead investigator notes, like taking, notes. You didn't take notes like at the crime scene, you have no notes. Isn't that weird? I don't know. It doesn't even say that like we can't release those to you because of some rule or whatever. It just says they don't have those investigator notes. They are not in possession of those records. Nelly. Sorry, guys. Hang on 1 second. Like, she's still losing her mind, and I think it's a bug, but I can't find it. Hang on. Oh my goodness. So sorry, guys. Yeah, so this cat's out of control today. All right. So anyways, we'll continue. So according to them, Regarding investigator notes, the Idaho State Police does not have any responsive documents. Okay, cool. Then they have in here note regarding photos. There are hundreds of scene photos to redact and review. As we continue to work through preparing photos for release, more will be uploaded to the above public link in the coming days or weeks. Others may be released contingent on the outcome of the current TRO. We appreciate your patience as we work through this extraordinary large release of public records. Then they put, please also note, ISP also has in its possession approximately 7,000 additional photos generated by LIZQ360 forensic software. These photos were taken sometime after the incident for forensic investigative purposes. Due to significant time and labor required to export the photos from the LIZQ360 software for review and redaction, these photos have not been included with the initial photos that will be released soon. These additional photos may be requested by submitting a separate public records request for, quote, LIZQ360, end quote, photos. Should these be requested also, a cost estimate will be provided. Full disclosure, I have asked for all 7,000 of those additional photos generated by the LIZQ360 forensic software system, and waiting for them to get back to me on how much exactly that's going to cost me to get, because y'all know this is the shit I nerd out on. I'm sorry if that offends people. I'm sorry if it makes people upset that I nerd out on this, but it is what it is. I'm not muted. Can you hear me? Holy shit. William Tardy, have I been talking this whole time and you can't hear me? For the love of Pete. Hopefully you guys can hear me. So, according to Idaho State Police here, okay, cool, I'm good, thanks. Okay, awesome, perfect. I was like, oh crap, I just saw William's comment out of the corner of my eye saying muted, and I'm like, oh shit. Here we go. Anybody who's been around here for a while knows that I have audio PTSD, so cool. I'm glad y'all don't mind nerding out with me. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know why, but like, this is just the shit that I nerd out on. And, you know, I appreciate y'all coming along for the ride. Yes, Christy, I did get told $30 from Moscow Police Department. Moscow Police Department said I could pay the $30 and they gave me the link. I got the email yesterday too, yeah. And they gave me a link to pay the $30. So, cool. That's fine. I'm almost positive, though, the 7,000 photos from ISP that Idaho State Police has in their possession outside of whatever other photos were taken that they're releasing, that's probably going to be a bit more. They're probably going to charge a lot more. Yeah, it is the same price. Yeah, honey. All right, so if you want to do if anybody out there wants to do a public records request to the Idaho State Police, it's where you have to send it into. You have to do an Idaho State Police public records request and specifically request the public records for the LIZQ360 photos, LIZQ360 photos. So, Christy, all of you guys who like to do the FOIAs too, that's what you're going to want to ask for specifically, is for anything to do with the LIZQ360 photos. And then we're going to get into a video of what LIZQ360 is, how it works, all of that. That's what I was nerding out this morning, but I'll read you my other email from them as well. So this was at 12:56 a.m. from Idaho State Police, so 55 minutes later, because I did do multiple different records requests. Some were for lab stuff, some weren't, some were for other things, right? Photos and stuff like that. I didn't ask for it all in one request. I broke it up and asked for like separate, right? Makes sense? If you try to ask for it all at once, they're probably going to do to you what they did to Jules and say if you want the whole thing, it's like 20K. So you just got to be specific, apparently. Just do like one or two things at a time. So let's get into the second one. Dear Ms. Redacted, that's me. The Idaho State Police received a public records request from you on July 28th, 2025. Your request mentioned, quote, I am requesting any and all documentation, supplemental reports, narrative reports, interviews, recordings, audio and video, lab reports, toxicology reports, medical examiner reports, body-worn camera, audio and video, officer notes, CAD notes, and any other documentation related to the investigative work Idaho State Police did in the case against Brian Koberger starting November 13th, 2022 through July 30th, 2025. Sidebar. I put that date in there because I wanted everything even up to like plea, sentencing, and all of that. You know what I mean? I am requesting all communications between lab personnel and investigators starting November 13th, 2022 through July 30th, 2025 to include emails, instant messaging, and text communications. I am also requesting bench notes, disposition profiles, the reasoning for the disposition, and any and all documentation related to the same. So what I'm saying here, requesting all communications between lab personnel and investigators, November 13th through July 30th, to include their emails, instant messaging, and text communications. I am also requesting bench notes, disposition profiles, reasoning for the disposition, and any and all documentation related to the same. I am also requesting all documentation, emails, recordings, notes, and the like pertaining to Idaho State Police work with Othram Labs and the Forensic Investigative Genetic Genealogy, FIGG or IGG. Like, I think that's pretty specific, right? It says most of the records you're requesting, including investigative reports and numerous photos, are now available. We know that, right? Cool. Then they put the same thing in here. Note about the hundreds of scene photos to redact and review while they're waiting on the TRO. Cool. They also added in the thing about the 7,000 additional photos generated by the LIZQ360 software. Great. Then it says, please see below for individual responses to your additional records requests. Recordings, audio and video. Regarding any request for media, audio, video for this case, the Idaho State Police turned everything over to the lead agency for this case, Moscow Police Department, with the exception of one audio file. The one audio file in ISP's possession is exempt from disclosure under Title 74, Chapter 1, for the reasons listed in the exemption log or for the following reasons. 74-105, withholding law enforcement records. 74-1241C constitutes an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. Medical examiner reports. The Idaho State Police does not have any responsive documents. It's recommended that you request such records directly from the ME. Cool. We'll do that. Body-worn camera, audio, and video. The Idaho State Police does not have any responsive documents. The Idaho State Police did not have any body cameras during the time of this case. Officer note, the Idaho State Police does not have any responsive documents. CAD notes, the Idaho State Police does not have any responsive documents. Bench notes, disposition profiles, the reasoning for the disposition, and any and all documentation related to the same. The Idaho State Police does not have any responsive documents. These are court-related documents. It is recommended that you request such records from the court. I was like, oh, okay. Any other documentation? Where was the part that I highlighted? requires that you describe the subject matter and record sought, including specific date range. I did that. November 13th, 2022 to July 23rd. That's my date range. Whatever you have related to the case for that date for lab. And the reason that I went the lab report specifically is because we know lab report 3 talks about DNA data of an alternate suspect, right? Eric Seat. Isn't that what Eric Seat and lab report 3 were all about, if I remember correctly? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. The following 3 record types are monitored by the forensics department. Your requests for the below records have been forwarded to their department for further response, right? So lab reports and toxicology reports, along with communications between lab personnel and investigators, November 13th through July 30th, documentation, emails, recordings, and notes, and reports pertaining to FIGG. All of that has been forwarded to the forensics department for them to, I guess, further decide whether or not I can get access to those. So fingers crossed. Hopefully the forensics department will get back to me and let me know if I can get those. So yeah, that's that. Those were the 2 emails that I woke up to this morning. I was like, cool, awesome, no problem. Oh, well, you're welcome. Formerly Jimmy Bobby, currently redacted. You're welcome. And oopsie, didn't mean to do that. Hang on, friends. What's my computer doing? No, no. Pause. Hang on. Let's rewind that. I meant to share this with you. So yeah, welcome in everybody. Thanks for being here. Okay, so we got through those 2 emails. Cool. Just wanted to, read those to you. Obviously, I'm not going to share screen of my emails, like whatever. I'm not doxing myself. I'm not stupid. Chili Bean. Hi. Meg P. Hello, beautiful Meg P. Good morning, honey. Chili Bean. Yes, Gen 7, Eric C, right? Yeah. Plus, I also wanted the lab reports where the lab is notifying the investigators. I think it's like December 17th, 2022. I wanted the reports where the lab people are notifying investigators like mid-December, a couple days before they allegedly get Brian's name, of these 2 other unique male profiles that need to be looked at or whatever. So yeah. And that's why I wanted their reports. I thought I was pretty specific. The lab reports generated from November 13th up until July 30th. It's not that difficult. If you have nothing past a certain date, because once you were done, great. But I thought I was pretty date specific. So, either way, I have my other one from MPD. I paid the $30. It is what it is. Whatever ISP is going to charge to get these 7,000 photos that were done with the LIZQ360. I mean, depending how much it is, obviously. If they try, I didn't, Jen. No. If they try charging me a ton of money, though, Jen, no, darling. Oh, there you are. Look at you. Thank you so much for your super chat to help with the motherfucking photos and the motherfucking coffee. That is right. I love you. Thank you so much. You saw my post this morning, I'm guessing, huh? I was pretty fired up this morning, not gonna lie. My cat already had me in kind of a mood because she was just losing her shit at like 4 this morning. I'm like, oh my God. So I was already up, kind of pissed off, Then I read those 2 emails. And then I was posting away to help with the motherfucking photos and the motherfucking coffee. That's right, gangsta. Thank you, darling. It will help with the coffee, you know it, and the photos. So yeah. But now this is why, I made the post that I did. Okay, inside your bones. Hello, how are you? Dago. Hello, sir. Always good to see you, Dago. Welcome in, everybody. Canadian Cat Lady, hello. Moonlit Baby, hello. How are you? 12, hello. How are you? If I'm missing anybody else, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was in another window reading my emails. Think I got everybody. Mama 5, hello. Welcome in, everybody. All right, so yeah, let's get to this video. I'll share screen with you. So, the LIZQ 360 software, okay, is what we're going to watch. And obviously, the reason that we're watching this is not because I just pulled it out of my ass. It's because the Idaho State Police told me that in their possession, they have 7,000 photos of the crime scene that were taken with this, this software, this LIZQ 360. So we're going to watch a video together about what LIZQ 360 can do. We'll do a little bit of nerding out. I'm going to include the link to the video in chat here for you guys. Copy that. That way, if anybody wants to bookmark it or also share it on their channel or whatever, here you go. No gatekeeping here. There's the link for everybody. Mikey S, Big Mikey, hello. I see someone saying hello to you. I don't know where you are. There you are. Mikey S, what up? What up, gangsta? Mikey S, been around for a while. Another OG, Big Mikey. Why be so nosy? Look at you being all green. Hello. All right, so let's nerd out. I'm going to share this video. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Says there's almost 200 of you. Thumbs it up, thumbs it down. Follow your heart, not your frown. Okay, here we go. Share screen. Make sure I make it bigger for everybody. I'll put it to full screen. Da, 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 da. And hopefully audio is good. Let's do a quick sound check and make sure you guys can actually hear it.
This is a quick video to show you a side-by-side comparison of...
Everybody hear that okay? Let me come back over to chat. I just want to do a quick sound check and make sure you guys can actually hear that. Oh, look at you, Dago, becoming green. Green is looking good on you, sir. Welcome in, new member. Meg P, honey, I don't know why you can't see it, honey. Is it on my ticker? I thought maybe it was on my ticker, but maybe it's not. I'm not sure. Oh, it is, honey. It's on my ticker. But thank you so much. If you're looking for my Cashapp, it should be on the ticker. And it's never expected, friends, just so you know, though. So please always keep that in mind. Never, ever, don't do anything you can't do is how I feel about that. It's never expected. It's never, okay? I appreciate anything. And, but I never want you to take away from yourself either, okay? So that's just how I feel about that. Quality Emerald. Well, good morning. Yeah, Meg. Yeah, it's in the ticker, honey. I don't really, it is what it is. Just, biggest way to support your favorite creator, you thumbs it up and you subscribe, really. I mean, I think that's the biggest way to help support a channel. So anything outside of that is truly appreciated. Can you guys hear that video, though? Could you hear the sound on that? Or no? Let me play it for one more second. Woman Power 101, hello? Let's play for like one more second, 2 more seconds. I just want to make sure you can hear it.
One of the high-resolution,
Yes. Yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you, friends. All right, let's fucking nerd out. Brooms up, bitches.
dynamic range sphericals, and part of the point cloud generated using our custom photogrammetry software used in our Murder at the Blue Star demo project. On the right, you have one of the 250 megapixel spherical images using a Canon 5D Mark IV camera with a wide-angle lens. This spherical shows the two bodies in the main dining room area, along with evidence markers, one victim in a booth and the other on the floor, and evidence such as a knife, a gun, bullet casings, and other details. LIZQ360 system, we can capture all of the details in high resolution, and we could even adjust the contrast to see all of the details in the shadows under the booth table. We can zoom back and pan around the room. We can then zoom forward towards the window at the back of the dining room, and again adjust the contrast to see details outside, even at this distance. So we can capture in all lighting conditions and see details both in dark areas and in bright areas and outside. Now we can put the entire dining area scene in perspective. On the left side, we can see part of the dense point cloud that was generated from the images using the LIZQ360 system. You can't see my mouse pointer, but you can see the coordinate display in the bottom right that I'm moving over many of the individual points, and we can then pan around the point cloud using this free viewer and see the detail that is available. In this demo, we only used images from the LIZQ360 system to generate the point cloud, but our custom photogrammetry software would have allowed us to use still camera crime scene photos in the same project using a DSLR camera or even a smartphone camera to provide an even more dense and detailed point cloud showing more details such as the knife, bullet casings, close-ups of the wounds, and the bullet holes in the wall, items on the table, floor, etc. You would have taken more detailed pictures of the two bodies, allowing you to create an even more detailed 3D model of the bodies and surrounding areas. As we pan back, you can now see the points generated from the line of tables that are visible in the spherical image. This clearly demonstrates that we can create a very detailed, dense point cloud of any indoor or outdoor scene using the images from the LIZQ360 captures, other still images, and you can use drone images for outdoor scenes to create a more detailed 3D model, allowing you to perform accurate measurements of angles, distances, 2D floor plans, bullet trajectories, witness perspectives, etc., using a point cloud software. Plus, unlike the data generated using a laser scanner, you now have the reality capture component in high resolution over a wide dynamic range that a laser scanner cannot do. Contact us via email, phone, or visit our website for more information.
Okay, big shout out to Crime Sciences Inc. here, okay, for this LIZQ360, because this is the coolest shit that I think I've ever seen next to stringing blood stains. Anybody else? Like, I don't know about you, but like to me, that is like the coolest thing I've ever seen, and it is so much better than just a laser scan. It actually, like, you can literally like go up wicked close to like the body and everything. You can see wound patterns, everything. And then, you know, when they put this in conjunction with Pharaoh and with other crime scene photos, they can literally string. So you don't have to physically run string from each spatter, from each blood droplet. This system will literally do it for you. It's going to automatically identify. It can 3D map the entire crime scene, including blood, weapons, bodies, everything, witness perspectives, you name it. It maps the whole thing. Hang on and let me go shut my window because all of these neighborhood kids are outside screaming. I thought they were all back in school. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Oh my goodness, Dago. Are you over here just gifting memberships, you and Carrie? You guys are amazing. Thank you so very much. Gifted 5 memberships. Welcome on in, 5 members. I think Dago did too. I thought I saw Dago did. Yes, Dago. Thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. 10 new members today. Word. If someone turns you green today, you have a member. You have access to these like Michael Myers heart emojis. You also have Rainbow Bright emoji that says I'm made of magic, motherfucker. You make sure that you put those emojis in the chat for whoever's gifted memberships. Look at you, Dago. Yeah, Dago's turning everybody green apparently. So welcome in new members. You've got a couple of special emojis you can now use in chat. Feel free to drop them. Thank you so much, Dago and Carrie. You guys are awesome. I truly appreciate you. Too fast for police. You're so pretty. You guys are amazing. You guys are absolutely amazing. 5 more members just got gifted. I truly appreciate it. You have no idea. You guys are awesome for making everybody green. That was so nice of you. I appreciate that, friends. Yeah, well, Meg P, you should have the emojis too, honey. Yep. There's Rainbow Bright in there and Michael Myers. My little icon here up on the right on the screen. You guys have that emoji. Yeah, everybody's turning green. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of you freaking new members. You're amazing. Green looks good on you. Green looks good on you. Squirrel kisses. Hello to you. You're in maximum snark. Oh my God. You guys are gifting maximum snark memberships. Amazing. Well, just so you know, members, I mean, there is a lot of content coming up for you soon. Okay. I'm just waiting on my FOIAs. And there's some stuff that I think I'm going to have to put to members only just because one of them is pretty graphic. And I don't want to be the dickhead that puts that behind a paywall. I really don't. But I don't do no PayPal shit. I'm not gonna, I guess the only thing I could do is like, I guess make it a members only or something. And then that way it's still my members only. I can play it in a live for people, right? But the initial video itself is going to probably be like a members only because, you know, some of these photos, dude, I can't just be doing that on like a regular old live. I'm going to be doing it on a members only. And you guys have some members only content coming up, so keep your eye out for it. Well, thanks. New sub. Well, welcome on in. Welcome in. Dago. Stop. You're too nice. You're far too nice. Yeah, there is some member stuff coming up, William. Keep your eyes peeled. Okay, so cool. So we got into the 2 emails. I wanted to cover that from ISP. This video here is absolutely amazing. Big shout out to crimesciences.com and whoever, you know, created this whole LIZQ360. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Meg P. Oh my goodness gracious. And Meg P is turning people green too. I mean, this is like a wild, wild day. You guys are amazing. Look at all of you, all these people just turning green left and right. Make sure you thank your person turning you green. So kind of you. You guys are far too kind. You really are. Meg P, you heard someone started a membership train. I guess so. I guess so. I don't even know, man. That's wild. Thanks so much. You guys are amazing. Just turning people green left and right. So, this video, in my opinion, right? The reason that I wanted to share it with you guys, there's other ones too that we can watch, but the reason I wanted to share this is because Idaho State Police is telling me we have 7,000 photos that were taken with this software here, this LIZQ360, and, you know, they'll give them to me, but I'm probably going to have to pay for them. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me know the price. And I'm waiting to hear back. I did pay the $30 to get, you know, what I want from MPD. I just want the same photos from MPD that they gave to NBC. I don't know if they charged NBC $30, but they're charging me $30, the fuckers. So it is what it is. We'll pay the $30 and get it. What else did I want to share with you? Oh, that's right. So I can stop sharing this video. There's a couple things we're going to look at here, friends. And, you know, I know you guys saw my posts earlier. I've had some people telling me, like, I need help. You're crazy. I can't believe you're defending a murderer. You know, and I'm like, that's what someone said in my comment. And of course, you guys know me. If someone says something stupid like that in my comments, I pin it. I don't delete them. I'll literally pin them so everybody who comes into the comments will see them first. I come from the days of expert level trolling. So I'll just pin you, right? And this person's like, oh, you're defending a murderer. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I think it's so sad, they say, that you're defending a murderer, right? The lengths people are going to defend a murderer. And I'm like, I think it's so sad that you think I'm defending a murderer and you miss the point of my post entirely. I'm not defending Kohberger, right? I have no idea what Kohberger did and didn't do in this fucking house. What I do know is the crime scene itself tells a story that even when the humans are lying, including Kohberger, right? That's the whole point of using this software. It's the whole point of using LIZQ360. It's the whole point of using Pharaoh. It's the whole point of laying down Amido Black all over the fucking place. Because the whole point of doing that is because as crime scene investigators, you know people lie. And even when people lie, the crime scene doesn't. It's just that simple. And the crime scene photos from this home are incredibly, incredibly interesting. And that's just my opinion, and I don't know shit. So if you're new here, welcome. One of the things that I always say here, I know we got a lot of new subs coming in and a lot of new members. I am the person here who I don't know shit. Do not listen to me. There are no facts here. I'm just some snarky bitch on the internet that likes to look at crime scene photos and read court documents and things like that. And that's it. And that's it. I'm not a professional. I'm not a lawyer. I'm none of these things. So, you know, if you're new here, that's what I always say. I don't know shit. Don't listen to me. Read the documents yourself. Look at it for yourself and come to your own conclusions. It's not my job to tell you what to think, right? What I will say, Jesse, welcome on in, Jesse. What I will say is that, in my opinion, the crime scene photos are telling a very different story than what the state have, and Brian Kohberger. You know, to me, it tells a different story than what the state says happened and what Brian Kohberger claims that the state says happened is true. Now, like I said, I don't know shit, but it's very interesting to me that here's how I look at it, right? If the police think that they need to start checking vents, checking all the vents in the home. Green Banana 77, thank you so much for your super sticker. That was so very nice of you. $20 super sticker. Beep, beep. Make sure you put them emojis. Put them emojis. Thank you so much for your super sticker. So what I'm getting at here is that if the police believed, right, that no one in this home was involved in the crime, it doesn't make sense to me that the police would be scouring the duct and ventilation systems for K-bars, drugs, cash, etc. And it doesn't make sense to me that they would be laying down Amido Black in very specific spots that appear to have been fucking cleaned. It's like they knew where to look. They knew where to put the Amido Black. It's like they knew what they were looking for, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And if you don't think someone in the house is involved in the crime, well then, Why are you digging through the ventilation system looking for K-bars, sheets, drugs, and money? Know what I mean? Does that make any sense? I mean, if you're the investigator, right, and you believe that no one in this home, every single person, including the two survivors, are nothing, they're just victims. Victims only. Why on earth would you ever believe that the fucking air ducts in the home and the vents in the home might be full of cash, drugs, K-bars, and other contraband? Why would you think you need to look for that inside the home if you don't think anyone in the home is involved? Know what I mean? That's just kind of, I don't know. That's just how my mind looks at it. If you're not looking at any of these people in the home as suspects, right? What are you fucking searching all the vents for? You know what I mean? So, what I wanted to look at, let me see if it's going to let me do this. Yeah, so the other thing someone said to me, right, I had some smart ass in my comments say, why do your photos look different? What did you do to the photos? Why did they look different? And I'm literally like, bro, you can clearly see on my screen here, right? 334 of 382. I'm guessing this person hasn't gone to download the photos themselves, because if they did, they would see. It doesn't just bring up the photos for you. Your computer automatically starts to download the file, and this is what you get. I've done nothing to these photos. These are their motherfucking photos from their motherfucking file. Okay? Sometimes I read my comments and I'm just like, is this real life? You know? I feel like I'm in an alternate fucking universe sometimes, you know? Where it's like opposite land. So, peeky poo at this. I want to zoom in on it. This photo here is of the kitchen. This is after they have taken all of the what appears to be staged counter stuff, trash. In my opinion, it's staged. This is purely my opinion and my speculation. The kitchen is staged. And they went to the lengths of not only cleaning it, but then putting the trash and shit back on the counters to make it look like it wasn't cleaned. And that's just my opinion. And if I'm wrong, cool, awesome. I have no problem being fucking wrong. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people who can just be like, oh, okay, cool. So I was wrong about that. My bad. I thought there was a door in the thing. No, it's just an old screen. Great. Cool. I was wrong. It's not a door. Awesome. I don't have to go down that rabbit hole, you know? Here's what we're going to look at here. So this is after the police have moved all of everything that was on the counter over to this table. And they've laid down the Amido black. Okay. Let's get in real close and see. They've laid down the Amido black here, right near the slider. This, to me, looks like it could be detecting something, but I mean, honestly, that could be, we have no idea. It could be puke. It could be other bodily fluid. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean blood. But the one that I think that's the most interesting, that probably could mean blood in some way, is like these much darker spots. Is it going to let me do it? So these much darker spots here. Don't give me no problems. It'll bring it back up in a second. Hang on. It's just because my, let me close that one out, actually. Might help if I close out the tabs I'm not using either. Mother effer. It'll bring it back up in 1 second, friends. So sorry. Here we go. Okay. So, as I was saying, my opinion, if there's blood anywhere that it's detecting, first of all, you can see, even on the glass here, I don't know if you guys can see that, Let me zoom in a little more if it'll let me. Oh my god, now it's going to start giving me problems. Just reload the page. For the love of Pete. So I don't know if you can see it right back here. See this? You can see there's like a little bit here on the glass that's much darker. Now I understand out here is darker. I'm just speculating here. Not saying it is a fact. Before anybody tries to come in talking about you're so fucking stupid. No, 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 no. I'm just saying this little drop here. Okay, you can even see it's like downward into it. Okay, opinion that's likely one. That's possibly blood. Every fucking time. Maybe I just won't turn on my little pen. I don't know why, but every time I turn on my little pen, it seems to want to give me a problem. So maybe I won't. I don't know why it's doing that. Sorry, guys. Hopefully my audio is at least holding up. I can't see my chat. Anyways, right here on the little slider, I feel like that is a much darker downward angle style possible blood. But then I'm looking at these darker spots back here. Okay. If you were here for the other live that we did, you know the amido, once the they spray the amido first, then they spray a fixative on it. And the fixative is what like helps it bind. The fixative, once it's sprayed, it's going to turn usually, if it's detecting hemoglobin, not, puke, piss, whatever, actual hemoglobin's found in blood, it's going to turn very dark black, right? So, in my opinion, you have a few here. These much darker spots down here may actually be spatter. But what I want to look at is this. So let me make sure everybody can see this, okay? Yeah, you guys can't really see that good, can you? So it looks wicked small on my side, right? But I'm talking through StreamYard. It looks really small, but let me know, like, if you guys can see, like, this shoe print right here. If I need to get in. You can see the clear outline here of the shoe print, right? So the amido, it appears, whatever they lay down here, the amido appears to be also picking up whatever was cleaned up off the floor as well. And, some of these prints are interesting to me because, like here, for example, this to me does not look like it's coming from a shoe. To me, it almost looks like some of these look like, if I zoom out a little bit, you can see it better. Right here, these three like little dots. And then here, almost doesn't look like shoe. Almost looks like a bag or something. Right? So like even the voids. But probably the most interesting thing that is standing out to me is that with the amido, you see how over here you have this much darker pooling? Okay. And we remember where the drips were coming from on that side of the house, right? On the outside. And you can even see it over here where the amido has picked up whatever they cleaned up off the floor. The amido is picking it up, and you can see the much darker areas. Okay, you can even see darker spots right here. But to me, probably the thing that's bugging me the most about this is that it looks like it's literally someone who only has one shoe on. and and possibly the other foot is barefoot, and we're seeing little toe impressions, okay, throughout. See this? These like little toe dots is what I'm calling them. They almost look like little toe dots. To me, it looks like someone is like walking around, possibly bleeding, if this is actually blood being detected. And they have on one shoe and they're barefoot on their other foot. That's just what it looks like to me from what it's picking up. But can you guys see that? I don't know if you have this blown up like on a computer, if you have it on a big screen. If you want to follow along, go to page 333 in the photos and blow it up on your own screen if you need to. Okay, it's page 333 of the photos. This is not edited. I have not done anything to this at all. I'm just zooming in on their photo. That's all I'm doing. Right, Meg. So that's kind of the point of my post this morning, right? The point of my post this morning. So we have, and for anybody saying that like the other boot in the living room was Maddie's, it's not. If you go look at the photo for Maddie's room, both of her boots are next to her jeans. This is someone else's boot in the living room. It is not Maddie's. Both of her Doc Martens are in her room next to her pants on the floor. Right, Meg. The latent print outside of Dylan's door. Right. And they're referring to that as a van-style shoe print. Possibly witchy. I don't know. I'm just saying that, isn't it very interesting? So the way that I look at it is if you have someone who is either bleeding or has stepped in blood and is walking around out here or whatever, either they're bleeding or they've stepped in it and they're tracking it, that goes against the whole sleeping in bed when killed narrative. And I'm still confused as to why anyone, whether it's the two survivors or someone else, why anyone would ever clean all this up. Because the fact of the matter is, the crime scene investigators know things were cleaned up. They know things were cleaned up because that's what their forensic testing showed them. Know what I'm saying? But the question then becomes, why would anybody clean up for Brian Coburn? Right? He says he's the guy. So why is anybody cleaning up for him? We know he did. No, he did not have time to do all of this cleaning. If this is in fact blood, if this is in fact blood being detected on this floor that was cleaned up, same with the counters. We're just going with it that if it is blood, right, that it's detecting. Who cleaned it all up for him? Know what I'm saying? Oh, for fuck's sake, Fitziana, good morning. Hello, darling. Into the line, yes. I mean, that's just what it looks like to me. It looks like it's someone who has either stepped in some human bodily fluids and they are walking around, but they only have on one shoe and possibly barefoot the other one, because it looked to me like needle prints. So anybody who, I know on my screen it probably doesn't look as clear like for you guys in StreamYard, but I promise you on my end, from my computer with it zoomed in, you can go to page 333 of the photos, zoom in yourself, get a clear look. Maybe you can even, put it through some resolution or something, but you can clearly see where it's picking up what appears to be only one singular shoe print, shoe, boot, I don't know. And then what appears to be little toe prints. Toes, fingers, I'm not sure. Does it, Dago? Oh, okay, cool. You know how it looks on our end on StreamYard, right? It looks really tiny, so I can't tell, like, how it actually looks for you guys. But I hope you get, like, what I'm trying to show here. And, the LIZQ360 software, along with the Pharaoh that was done, along with all the other crime scene photos. Candy Girl, hello. Good morning. Simply Solo, hello. I don't know if I'm missing anybody. I'm so freaking sorry. End of the line. What up? Welcome in, everybody. Hi. So, I don't know what's going on here. I guess my point is that, if this is in fact blood, we have a problem. I mean, Houston, you know, there's some problems here because it don't make no sense. I'm sorry. It don't make no sense. Who's doing all the cleaning then? Right? Who's doing all the cleaning? And then let's go take a look at something else. So down here, where is it? Let me go find it. Yes, this one. Remember the day, look at this, right? And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck their interest is in this Bluetooth speaker, right? But they took photos of it and whatever. I'm like, my God, I wonder, like, why Bluetooth? Maybe just because they want to see you connected to it, right? Then maybe it makes them, brainworms. Scroll down a little. All I did was zoom in. I looked at this and I'm like, I can make out what looks like an O, maybe, or a Q. It looks like an A or something. I don't know if this is someone's Greek letters. But someone had fun carving shit into the chair. Okay, I guess is the point that I'm getting at. When I first read it, I'm like, does that say hoax? It literally looked like an HOAX. I'm like, nah, get your brain out of the fucking rabbit hole, Annie. But when I first looked at it, that's kind of what it looked like. It said to me, I shit you not. If I could draw it on here for you, I would. It literally looks like H, right? Letter H right here. OAX. I don't think that's what it says. I'm just saying. I thought that was pretty funny. When I first zoomed in on it, I sat here and was just like, you gotta be shitting me. I thought these were brand new stools. And somebody just carved the living shit out of them. So where's the other photo? Oh, sorry, I want to get to the other one. This one right here, right? Zoom in. So you can clearly see here, this is after they've also done the Amido black. You can see that it's literally dripping down the wall for the third floor hallway here, right? This is what goes upstairs. So when I say that they knew where to place it, this is what I mean. They knew exactly where to lay down the Amido black. That's what's so interesting to me. Very specific spots is where they went to lay it down and apply it. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I say, it would appear here that maybe, just maybe, there was some information given to them that they knew, right? They knew exactly William Tardy, right? So clearly, I mean, it could be puke, I guess. I guess if somebody puked over the side of the banister, but doesn't it make more sense where Dylan is claiming she heard Kaylee come running down the stairs screaming before she ever saw the man? She's hearing Kaylee running down the stairs screaming that someone's here. She thinks she hears her crying in the bathroom on the second floor with a man speaking to her who knows her name, allegedly. And they had to lay down the Amido black up here on the third floor hallway. Interesting. I guess it could just be puke. someone puking over the side of the banister, having too much Borg, or whatever. But it just appears to me that they knew where to put it. That's kind of more my point. Notice they didn't do every room, everything. This is the other thing that tripped me out too, right? Look at this. On the wall, I said, what the fuck are these red dots? Let's get over here a little bit. Sorry. So, why does it look so like that too? I had a much clearer, so for some reason these dots here, I have no idea what they are, but these, it says Madison Mogan on this one. And there's like other words under here, but the red dot is going towards this way, okay? So it's Madison Mogan, red dot going this way. This one says Xander Kernodle going that way. Interesting, right? You can follow along, page 340. Go blow it up yourself. But that's what it says, I promise you. These stickers here, now I don't know if they were put by who put them there. I have no idea how long they were even there. It just says Madison Mogan with some other words underneath it, and this red dot is going this way. And then it says Xander Kernodle with the red dot going that way. But the Amido black is pretty interesting that they had to lay it all on this third floor hallway here. And it's like they knew where to put it. You can see they knew here, they knew here. So they knew Amido was going to need to be used in the kitchen. They knew Amido was going to need to be used at the slider and on the floor. And they knew it was going to need to be used in that third floor hallway. Interesting, right? And then where is, sorry, these are all really zoomed in. Hang on, I'll fix that. The other thing I noticed, the lack of towels in this house. Okay, I see one here, just one. It's the only towel I'm seeing other than the one that is hanging in the second floor bathroom laundry room area above the hamper. So it's really interesting to me, the lack of towels. And then the other thing, where is it? Oh yeah, that's right, hang on. It's down here. So we're gonna go look at this real quick. Then I have one more thing I want to show you guys. And the last thing I'm going to show you is actually super, super sad and crazy. So, trigger warning, it's coming. Okay. We're zoomed in here on the mattress. That's inside the evidence bay with Koberger's vehicle. Page 359 of 382. Zoom out a little. There's something very interesting to me, anyways. And it is this right here. See this stain right here? I'm not sure whose mattress this is or what room it came from, okay? But we have what appear to be, and I'm being dead ass when I say this, footprints, because you got what looks like a footprint here, okay? And then it's like it steps across and hops off the bed. And it's also over here. Does anybody see that? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But to me, it looks like very clear. You got one right here, and you got one right here. Footprints. You see that? So it literally looks like someone actually jumped up here barefoot, right? Attacked and got off the bed. And like, you can even see, like, they always tell you to look for the voids, right? Look for the voids. You can see the voids even in the blood pooling itself, right? Like, I don't know how to describe it, but I mean, just it caught my attention because to me it looks like this is a footprint, and then this is also a footprint here. So it's like you jump up, you stab, 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 but you have a lot of blood on you, and maybe you're kneeling down or something on this person. And then when you get up and you step off the bed, it also leaves another footprint. I know that probably sounds crazy and wild, but do you see what I'm saying, right? Like clear footprints here. But it appears to only be one, right? So we have some prints down in the kitchen that appear to be person with one shoe on, possibly barefoot, the other foot. And then we have this mattress that appears to have only one footprint going across it. It looks like a dog inside your bones. No, it doesn't. That's not a dog print. That's a that's a motherfucking bear, not a dog. Those are large prints. That's someone with like literally probably, I'm gonna guess, size 14, 16 shoe. Like that's a big ass foot. I don't know whose bed this is though. That's the problem. We have no idea whose bed this is. Yeah, 1 foot down. Right. Exactly, Dago. You see what I'm saying? They got 1 foot down. You can see the void where they may be kneeling, stabbing, 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 stabbing. And when they get up, the only thing leaving the print behind is because it's like the motherfucker is only wearing one shoe. Okay, one shoe. So one shoe on, the other foot is barefoot. I am not seeing two footprints like on this side. I feel like if the person was totally barefoot, maybe we'd be seeing another footprint on this side, right? I don't know. To me, it just looks like we have someone who has one shoe on and the other foot is barefoot in the kitchen and on this mattress. And that's just my opinion. I don't know shit. There are no facts here. I know nothing. Okay. These are just things that caught my eye when I was looking and re-looking and zooming and whatever. Okay. So, like, if I'm wrong, cool. And you have, and it's even crazier too because of the void that's here. And then there's a void over here, right? But you have this pooling down here as well. To me, it's almost like, I don't know. This to me is clear footprint. This one could be knee. Right? It could be like kneeling down, I guess. This one here, though, on the right is very, in my opinion, this is a very clear footprint right here. And even like the drip. You'd have this pretty large drop next to the footprint. I mean, if I sound crazy, it's totally fine. You can, I don't think I am. I know what I'm looking at. And to me, I see very clear footprints. Just my opinion. All right, so let me stop sharing that for a second. I have one more thing I want to show you guys, and this is the one that, like, trigger warning, okay? Just letting you know. You may want to dip that out. Is it going to let me share it in the way that I want to? Me. Close that. do that. Hang on one second. I know what I have to do. All right, so let's do that. And we'll do this. It should let me do it. All right, sorry, friends. It's not going to let me do it that way either, mother app. Hang on. We will. See if it'll let me do it this way. Okay, got that one, and let me see if it'll let me share this with you this way instead. Sorry, I knew it was probably going to give me a problem with this one on sharing. Mother F. The way that I have it open over here is so that I can zoom in on it. And it's not going to let me. Hang on. I will figure this out. Now, do this. Let's see. How can I send this so that I want to be able to open it for you guys and be able to zoom in, or it's not there will be a point of me sharing it with you. Oh, let me see. Copy that. Close that. Close that. Let's see. Okay. Fuck it. We'll do this. I think it's going to be in that one, maybe. Sorry, friends. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's that one. Okay. So, trigger warning. Now, I was trying to be able to show it to you guys so that I could zoom in on it, and it's not going to let me. Okay. So I had no other choice than to just put it here in my media assets and share it with you. Anyone who has this photo, though, okay, you're going to know where to go find it. Zoom in. I was hoping I could do it with you guys. It is not going to let me. Okay. I'm trying. But if you zoom in on it, it's absolutely awful. Number one. Number two, unfortunately, if you do decide to zoom in on it, what you're going to see is that, can you even see my cursor? I don't even know if you can see my cursor. Just, I need to figure out how I can zoom in on this. Go zoom in on the pillow, is all I'm saying. Just go zoom in on the pillow. Right here, you can make out the eye. You can literally make out like where the blood pooled under the eyelashes up on the pillow. Yeah, you can't see my cursor? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Unfortunately, whoever this person was face down, at some point bleeding. You can literally see like where the outline of their eye, you can see where the blood pooled in the eyelashes. It's not a number photo, honey. This is one of the ones that was released by NBC. It's not in the ISP ones yet. This is the one that MPD released to NBC, and then NBC released it. See, that's why it has the NBC logo in the bottom there. So the point that I'm getting at here is that whoever this is, at some point they were face down bleeding, how they ended up underneath the covers with all of the blood on top of them. If they're asleep in bed, I'm not sure. You give up, Meg? Why? I'm sorry, honey. Are you trying to tell me something and I didn't see you? Dago, did you see my? Oh, you're talking to Dago. Okay. I don't think it's Ethan. Dago. Ethan and Xana's room had the blue blanket and the pink blanket. Maddie's room had the tan blanket. I think this is one of the girls upstairs. I think this is likely from Maddie's room. How they ended up going from face down, bleeding in the pillow, to being under the covers with all of the blood on top of them, I'm not exactly sure. But it's interesting, they appear to be back on their side almost. You can see right here is on this side is where it's been blurred because it is a person. But you can clearly make out like their eyes, nose, mouth, okay? And probably the most interesting thing to me is here on the wall. If you look to the left of the pillow, the spatter that is on the wall there, it has this downward, almost trajectory to it, right? Like, it's like the two go together, in my opinion, right? It's literally like what is here on the wall on the left matches right here. And the two things they go together. But I don't know shit. There are no facts here. I'm not exactly sure how if it's a she ended up under the covers with all the blood on top. If they were all just sleeping, I'm not exactly sure how she would have been face down and then ended up this way, like on her side, on her back. I know they said she was fighting, etc. But I did request the 7,000 photos that were done with the LIZQ360, and I think that's really going to help a lot with the video that I have coming regarding the initial crime scene photos we got. Part of me is like, you know what? I'm holding off. That video is almost done, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because if I can get the much more high-resolution 3D, 4D imaging that was done with the LIZQ360, that's what I'd rather use for that video anyway. I think it would be much more helpful. Right. So, yeah, but covered, what do you mean, Joe, covered? She was probably covered with what? We were told that they were all literally attacked while they were sleeping. That can't be true at all based on these limited photos so far that we have. It just can't be true that whoever this is was sleeping. Not with all the blood droplets on top of the blanket like that. You have very tiny, tiny spatter. You have much larger drops. You have this large pooling here. This person was face down, but yet somehow now they're on their back, almost on their side. It's very, very interesting. And then, you know, even with this photo too, like, it's not going to let me, I can do it on my end, but it's not letting me do it for you guys. If you look to, even at the spatter to the left, under the light switch, if you look below that, the spatter that is going towards, okay, it looks like it's going towards that other spatter on the wall, but in actuality, this is blowing away. That is almost like back spatter is the best way that I could describe it. To me, it looks like it's back spatter. And when you really zoom in on this photo, okay, you'll see that there is almost like this, under the light switch here, it's almost like this U-shaped spatter with very specific, like, points. It's like 1, 2 drop space, 1, 2 drops of blood space, 1, 2 drops of blood space. There's something like very specific causing the void when you really zoom in on this. So, I mean, maybe if you guys, hey, feel free, do your own homework, zoom in on it on your own. These are photos that were released by NBC. So you'll have to go find them. And, I guess I could try to post it somewhere for you guys or something. But I just got these from NBC. As you can see, their little logo is right down there in the corner. Exactly. And well, you get what I'm saying, Jen, right. It's to me more like they were covered after some of the, you're put under the blankets after, in my opinion, for that much blood to be all over the top of it. In this photo, I'm not seeing a single, like, stab through the blanket, I guess, is kind of what I'm getting at here, right? You don't see any slices. Maybe this one, like that one big one in the center, could be. But the rest of this, all of this little spatter, and then this, like, forward, it looks to me like back spatter almost across the wall. But, like I said, I don't know shit, okay? I'm just someone who geek out on this stuff, and I have for a very, very long time on my own. Just, it is what it is. This is the kind of shit I nerd out on. So, yeah, all the little dots are blood. Yes, honey. Literally every single one. Yeah, for the most part, yeah. And the larger ones, I mean, usually when you have larger drops like this, it's because of the height of where the drops are falling from. So think about if you were to take a cup of water, right? If you only hold that cup of water like 1 inch from the floor and you pour it, it's probably not going to have a bunch of these little tiny, like, droplets that spatter off of it. But if you were to hold that cup above your head and pour it onto the floor, you're going to see how many. So it's all about the height and where the blood is falling from, at what height, and the speed, right? Not only the speed of the blood, but the trajectory of it and the height. All of those things are going to factor into how big the droplet or how small the droplet is going to be. It's really, really interesting. It's really interesting. And that's the video that I have coming for you guys that I've been working on. But now I'm going to wait for those LIZQ360 photos because that's really going to help. So either way, I think the killer was filled with rage at all of them, Joe. And I think that the crime scene itself dictates, in my opinion, that the way that Koberger wants to say it happened via the state, in my opinion, is not how it happened at all. If Brian Koberger wants to admit that he's a killer, that's great. I'm not defending the motherfucker. This isn't about Brian Koberger. For me, anyway. It has nothing to do with him. This is about being able to look at these photos with my own 2 eyeballs and know that Koberger's a liar. Okay? Maybe he wants everybody to think he's some kind of John Wick fucking ninja or whatever, but he's not. He's not. And whoever cleaned up and helped with the staging or whatever's going on here in this crime scene, including with the bodies, to me, that has nothing to do with fucking Koberger. That has to do with who's lying. Someone's lying. It's about what the evidence says. It's about that who moved this person. Who moved this person after they were attacked. Because at some point, they are bleeding face down in the pillow. Now they have been moved. They are on their side and they are under blankets. And all of the blood is on top of those blankets. We have the amido black detecting in the kitchen. What appears to be lots and lots and lots and lots of blood that was cleaned up. What appears to be someone who only has one shoe on. possibly barefoot their other foot, right? So I don't know. I think this is the one that I saved so that you could see it. There we go. Now you can see it clearer. Maddie Mogan. So I don't know who put these stickers on the wall. But if it was the crime scene people, isn't it very interesting that they have Maddie Mogan going towards what would be the Ethan and Xana's room, and they have Xana's sticker going towards the kitchen? Isn't that wild? Like, I don't know where these stickers came from or who put them there. It's the floor plan. Okay. It's the floor plan. But shouldn't Maddie's sticker be facing towards the third floor and Xana's sticker be facing towards her room, or no? Is that, I mean, Heather knows more than me probably about this shit. I was just like, who the fuck put these here? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. If you walk up, the third Maddie Mogan bedroom is to the right. Oh, that's what it's, okay, thanks, honey. Appreciate you. See, this is why I show these things and we can all brainstorm. Thanks, Lucy. Gotcha. So if you walk up to the third, Maddie Mogan's bedroom is to the right. Gotcha. Xana Cornell. Okay. Perfect, honey. Perfect. Thank you. Gotcha. Awesome. That's why I have, that's why Heather's right brain. Because even when my brain sometimes glitches and doesn't want to work, hers does. I tried to do another zoom in of the wall here. So the third floor wall, you can see all of that, where they laid down the Amido, right? The countertops. So this is what I mean. It's going to be very interesting to see what not only the Faro scans have to show, okay, but now we have this LIZQ360 that was used. So in conjunction with the Faro, along with all of these photos, LIZQ360 can stitch all of this together and give you like a full, like virtual tour, basically, of a crime scene, including every blood droplet, weapon, person, witness perspective, you name it, which to me is just probably one of the coolest things I think that I've ever found out about. Just my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I thought LIZQ360, I didn't even know about it. And now that ISP has said that they used it and they have 7,000 photos from it, I said, yes, I'll pay you for those photos. Sure. If you need me to pay you for the photos, just let me know how much and we'll see what we can do. Now, I know some of these are blurry because I zoomed in on them a lot. Trigger warning, though. This is all blood on the nightstand in Ethan and Xana's room, and you can clearly see transfer smearing. Some of these even appear to, you could even make out what I would say partial palm or thumbprint on some of these, but, go through and look at them yourself. See what I mean? Over here on the right, you see the large, like, droplet on top. You could see the transfer smearing as though someone is, like, literally brushing up against it, and they're smearing blood either as they walk away from the bed or towards the bed. And you have these much darker streaks here and the darker droplet up top. So yeah. Either way, it's kind of all I really had for you guys today. I just wanted to share my emails from ISP so that, because I'm, like I said, I won't gatekeep from you guys. If they give me something, I'll give it to you. I'll share it with you. If I get a response from them, I'll share it with you. I'm not sure, Dago. I have no idea, honey. I really don't know anymore what's going on. I just know that it's not computing. The math isn't mathing. If it's only one person, I know Brian isn't the one running around the house with one shoe on and leaving his other bare footprint across a mattress right? So, I mean, it's not really, and that's why I'm going to keep asking questions until it makes sense, because that's just how my brain works. Okay? I'm never going to stop asking questions until my brain, it says, oh, okay, cool, now it makes sense, right? And that's just how I feel about it. But yeah, you know, um, I just, what do you guys think? You know, do I sound like an insane person? Does that look like someone was maybe walking around in that kitchen with only one shoe on? Does it look like footprints going across that fucking mattress? Only one footprint, though, in blood? Right? Rex, Roxy, I'm missing a bunch of people. Let me get back over here. Holy crockamole. Hello, everybody. Tonka, Roxy, you still don't get it. You don't get what, honey? What don't you get, darling? Maybe I can help. I mean, like I said, I'm not here to just tell people what to think. I'm just here to give you my brain worms and the things that go through my brain. That's all I'm doing. I'm literally just giving you my brain worms so that they don't just sit in my brain, eating my brain all day. Now you get to have them too. Um, you know, if you need to, go back, watch it on the replay. Maybe it'll make sense if you watch it more than once. I tried to explain it as best as I could from my perspective on what I'm seeing. If it doesn't make sense, I'm so sorry. I really am just trying to explain it like from my own brain, you know, and what I'm looking at. So, hopefully you guys enjoy what I had to share with you. It's just my brain worms. Yes, you're welcome, darling. Thank you for the cooties. You're very welcome. Now you have my cooties. Now everybody has my cooties. Okay. And the brain worms. Because I'm just looking at it as, you know, just a layman who has done a lot of my own research, my own education, I guess you could say, just educating myself on this, you know, blood stain analysis, blood spatter, you name it, all of these things, right? I'm just kind of like self-educated, self-taught. I like to watch and geek out on this shit, nerd out on it when I can. And then, you know, I'm looking at this going, okay, well, why does this look like someone's running around in only one shoe? I don't understand. Why does it look like there is someone with only one shoe on? And they're stepping around in possible blood and or bodily fluid and tracking it. And then even furthermore, who cleaned it? That's just, you know, my brain worms. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Does it sound insane? It's okay. You can be like, you're crazy, bitch. I'll probably laugh with you and say, yeah, you know, you're right. That's fine. All aboard the crazy bitch train. You know what I mean? Beep, beep. Well, bye, beach babe. I hope you have a great day. Yeah, I'm almost ready to shut it down. I'm about to be out of here too in a minute. You know. Yes, exactly, Meg P. I think this case sucks too. I hate this case. I literally hate it because it's like the more they release, the more questions we have. It doesn't actually fucking give us any answers. It just creates more questions, and that's probably what drives me the most insane, you know? Transformer Uplifter. You posted an opinion a few minutes ago. Okay. Uh, go find it. Sorry, chat's going pretty fast. Where is it? Transformer. I don't see it. Where is it? Oh, wait. There you are. In view of the forthcoming deadline for filing an appeal, maybe content creators and people fascinated in sorting the right pieces of this jigsaw puzzle could focus on finding the exculpatory evidence. Well, I mean, darling, someone running around the crime scene in one fucking shoe is probably exculpatory, right? Know what I mean? Don't you think? Don't you think it might be a little bit exculpatory that if there is someone running around covered in blood with one fucking shoe on, it's probably not Koberger, and that's probably exculpatory? It's not our job to find the exculpatory evidence. That was the job of his motherfucking defense team to do that. Whether or not they did, I have no idea. If they did, they didn't want to use it. They decided a plea was a better option for them. So, I don't know what to say to that, right? I would imagine the exculpatory evidence might be Bethany hearing fireworks downstairs at the same time Dylan is hearing people screaming and being attacked. That's probably exculpatory. You know, so I don't know, but thank you for your comment, Transformer. I mean, I agree with you. I just don't know what you want me to look for. I feel like the exculpatory evidence is probably sitting right here in front of our face. And if that is blood that the Amita was picking up in the crime scene, the exculpatory evidence would be the crime scene was fucking cleaned. There's someone in one shoe running around covered in blood. Someone cleaned that up. Looks like we got someone with footprints across one of the mattresses that are bloody footprints, also probably not Koberger. So, I mean, like, there's a ton of shit that's exculpatory. There's a ton of shit that reads as exculpatory. And, his fucking goddamn defense team were the people responsible for finding that shit. They're investigators, which I'm sure they did. They had amazing investigators. They had experts who were willing to argue a staged crime scene. So I don't know why they chose not to do that. I have no idea, and I'm not even gonna try to pretend that I do know. I don't know why Brian and his defense team felt asking for a plea is a better option than going to trial. Couldn't tell you. No idea. And I'm not even gonna, I don't even give a fuck what the reason is, to be honest with you. What I do know is that, in my opinion, it's not true justice for the victims, because he didn't even have to allocute. He didn't even have to explain anything. It's just, nope, we'll take his word for it. Moving on, And if I'm the parent, furthermore, if I'm Bill Thompson, why are you even giving this guy a plea, even if him and his team approached you, asking, hey, you willing to do a deal? Why didn't you just tell him and his team to literally go piss off into the sun? No, motherfucker, we're going to execute you. Because what you did to these kids fucking deserves execution. And we have all the proof to prove you did it. No, we're not going to give you a deal. What are you, fucking high? We're not giving you a deal. We're going to kill you, asshole. As soon as we possibly can, once we prove you did this. I don't know why Bill would even give him a fucking plea. You know what I mean? That's what I would have said. If I'm the prosecutor, absolutely not. We're not giving you a deal. Fuck off. No. We're going to make sure you get executed as soon as possible, bro, once we prove you did this. We have everything we need. Fuck off. No, we're not giving you a deal. Right? If Brian Koberger, who claims he did this, if he doesn't deserve death, who does? Who does? Why'd you even attach it? Why'd you even attach the death penalty? If you don't think he deserves it anyway. Right? Fact of the matter is, Bill Thompson's a weak-ass prosecutor. Yellow belly bitch is what he is. Because if they had all the proof in the world to show Koberger did this, that yellow belly bitch, Bill Thompson, would have told Ann Taylor to go fuck herself. I'm not giving your client a deal. But he didn't. He's the plea fucking master. He's a yellow belly bitch is what he is. He's weak. So anyways, that's all I have to say about that. I just think he's weak. Yeah, yellow belly Bill, Exactly. Right. Yellow belly bitch. I'm sorry, but I thought prosecutors were like hard asses, When you've got someone, you've got their ass nailed to the wall, and they ask you for a deal, you tell them to fuck all the way off. It don't make no sense. You'd even give him a deal. If he's saying he did this, he deserves death. You understand? Koberger doesn't deserve the death penalty. Who the fuck does? Oh, you're welcome, Transformer. Yeah. I mean, trust me, honey. Right. if we get the discovery, if we start getting unsealed docs, maybe we'll be able to find out what the exculpatory evidence is that his defense team was going to use. Yeah, I get what you're saying there. Totally get it. I know you weren't being disrespectful. Don't worry. I got your comment. I knew what you meant, honey. But yeah, exactly. Right. The parents deserve the truth 100%, no matter how bad it is, you know. But for whatever reason, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, was never up the, I was never of the like, oh, he's totally 100% innocent or he's totally 100% guilty, because I don't know. I have no idea, and I just wanted to wait to see everything. And it sounded like, okay, maybe they really fucked up here and they got the wrong guy, you know. But once you find out how early the FBI was onto him, already watching him, already monitoring him, that's when it becomes a little bit trickier, right? That's when it becomes a little bit trickier, because I doubt very highly that, the entirety of 60 plus FBI agents along with BAU are all of a sudden just plucking Koberger out of thin air to frame him. You understand? If we were talking about just MPD and ISP, I could say, okay, maybe. But we're talking about close to 100 members of the FBI that would all need to be cohesively working together to frame him, right? And I have a hard time with that one. That's where I kind of say, if the FBI was the ones doing the work so early on and onto him so early, it's probably because of a reason. I don't think they plucked him out of thin air. And I've been saying that for a very long time. Yuri's math teacher. Oh my goodness, Yuri, hello. Always so good to see you. Yuri just made 5 of you green. Make sure you give those emojis. Michael Myers hearts. Throw them on in the chat for Yuri. Congratulations, new members. Welcome on in. So I hope everybody, you understand where I'm coming from. I know I catch a lot of shit from people and whatever, and I'm just trying to give you my thoughts, my opinions, and, not everybody's going to agree with it, and that's totally fine. Totally, totally fine. I just hope I explained myself clear enough as to, what I wanted to get to today. Like, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying when I'm saying what these photos look like to me. And if I'm wrong, and I'm totally fine with being wrong. It's just my opinion of what I'm seeing. But yeah, welcome in to all of you new members. I think we had literally, I want to say like 40 or 50, somewhere close to their new memberships gifted during this live today. So there's like 40 plus of you that got a membership today. Make sure you say thank you. Thank you so much to every single one of you that was gifting memberships, okay? I can't thank you enough. Dago, Carrie, Meg P, Yuri, you guys are freaking awesome. The dollhouse, that was the other one I saved a photo of for us, the dollhouse. But yeah, mods, I truly appreciate you. Thank you so, so very much for hanging out today. I hope you guys had like a fun time geeking out with me and nerding out. And I promise, as soon as I get my photos from MPD, we'll definitely go over them. Once they let me know what they're going to charge me for these 7,000 photos for this software that they used for all those photos, we'll see. Obviously, if they want thousands of dollars for these photos, I'm probably not coughing that up. But they also said that they are waiting for the stuff with this TRO, because whatever happens with this temporary restraining order, if they're allowed to release it, my guess is they're also going to put up those 7,000 photos as well, as long as there's no restraining order saying that they can't. So I may not even have to pay for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to wait a little bit and see what happens. But I did put in a request for those photos and for them to tell me how much. So, but yeah, thanks so much, Dago, all of you. Meg P, Carrie, I mean, my God, you guys are freaking amazing. Let me go look at what I starred here. Jazz King, thank you so much. You're awesome. Docket Decoder, you're awesome, sir, as always. Gen 7, gangsta. What up, gangsta? Thank you, Gen 7. Dago, gifted, let's see, 5, 10. I think Dago gifted 10 or 11 memberships. Some of them are gone because I forgot to star them. Sumena, thank you so much for your super sticker. Meg P also gifted 5 memberships. Kerry also gifted 5 memberships. You guys are amazing. Just want to say that. I truly appreciate you and thank you so much, friends. I hope you guys go enjoy your Tuesday. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody. Go enjoy your day. I'll see you back here soon, huh? I hope you enjoyed nerding out with me. I hope it was funsies and my audio held up for everyone. Hopefully when I go back on the replay, my audio's not all fucked up somewhere. Well, I love you, Dago. You know I do, sir. You're one of my favorites. Go enjoy your day. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for being so generous and so kind and staying kind in chat and staying kind to each other. It really helps a lot. And I appreciate you. And I'll see you all very, very soon, yeah? Mods, love you. Meg P, P Fox, Spitzy, Swamp. Take care. Love y'all. Bye.